Okay, so I'm really just wondering what the hell's going on over at Sony, man. But there's a few things I want to talk about. There's been some interesting things going down with them. But first off, I'm not here to fan the flames of some weird, stupid console war. I've got a Switch. A lot of us do. I love the Switch. Xbox and PS5. I have both systems, and I like them both. Sometimes, I'll talk about something like, hey, I'm going to get Mortal Kombat 1 for the PS5. And I get people like, why don't you get it for the Xbox instead? Well, I mean, there's certain games I buy on the PS5, which is like fighting games and certain exclusives and stuff like that. And then there's certain games that I'll buy exclusively on Xbox. Just, the way it freaking goes. I just buy certain things on Xbox, certain things on PS5. Sue me. I'm not participating in it, but I do think I love the systems. Leave me alone with that crap. Don't worry about why I buy something for one system and not the other. I'm not going to double, quadruple dip every freaking time, man. But I am curious what the frick is going on with Sony lately. Like this ransomware thing, this is from a couple days ago. It says that there's this ransomware group that claims to have breached all Sony systems. It's just a claim, didn't really seem like there's much evidence out there. And that Sony is investigating the situation. And they're like, we have successfully compromised all of Sony systems, the group claimed, on both the clear and the dark nets, right? Okay. We won't ransom them. We'll sell the data. Due to Sony not wanting to pay, data is for sale. So I haven't seen, I've kind of looked around. I haven't really seen too much in the way of evidence 100%. Doesn't mean that it didn't happen. I've seen a lot of people claiming that this was just a fake thing. I have no clue on it, but it just seemed weird and interesting that this stuff is all going on back to back to back. All these little things with Sony lately. It's crazy. The Sony hack apology from 2011. I remember I had I can't find it. I was looking for it. I had a screenshot, I think for DC Universe or something, where because the service was disrupted and all that, and you got some extra stuff in it way back in the day because of all this hack nonsense that was going on. But yeah, companies get hacked, they get exposed. Microsoft, they had that whole incident with all them court documents going up. We kind of talked about that a bit, but holy crap, right after this whole situation with this claim from this ransomware group, then we get Jim Ryan, this dude, the CEO president of Sony, just he's retiring, calling it quits, man. Put out a little statement here, but this isn't it, man. It goes even further. This stuff is just okay, what's going on? But then this next thing we're going to talk about after this just really leaves me wondering what the hell. But as you see, he just talks about his time with Sony. Some people are good riddance. Some people are they like the direction that he was in. I don't freaking know. Sony has changed quite a bit since the 90s. As far as a game company, the PS1 for sure, PS1, PS2 era for me, even PS3, that era feels really different as far as first party games, the exclusives feels really different going into PS4, PS5, totally different directions. It's just the way it seems and feels to me. Not hating on the PS5. I love it. I own two of them. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't buy two Xboxes as well. So, shut up. But yeah, the CEO, he's leaving. I believe, it says effective April 1st of 2024, and Hiroki Totoki will be appointed interim CEO while he continues his current role at Sony Group Corporation. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I always thought this guy looked like Gordon Ramsay. I'm sure other people agree. I don't really pay close attention to these people who run these companies, to be honest with you. I just really don't. So when I seen the PlayStation Direct and this guy's talking, who the hell is this? The people from Xbox. I don't really pay close attention. But okay, yeah, we covered this real quick. Jim Ryan is gone. He's leaving effective next year, spring. But then I seen this. This is really what kind of piqued my interest. This Gaming Heads company. Let's take a look at them. So Gaming Heads, they're a website that sells collectibles and stuff, statues and figures and all sorts of stuff like that, gaming related things. And you go on their website and this open letter to the Sony collecting community pops up. But what I saw here was they put this letter out, and I read some replies before I understood what was going on. This seems weird if this is true. They state on this the Last of Us Day, we regret to inform you and the Sony PlayStation collecting community that Sony has told us to destroy all of our Sony PlayStation merchandise, including in-stock items. Last of Us Part 2, Ellie statues, Jack 3 statues, God of War statues and busts, so on and so forth. Items ready to ship to you, like the Sly Cooper Classic Edition statue. Items in production, the Ellie and Joel diorama. And items in development and ready to launch. Bloodborne and Ratchet and Clank statues. Yes, this includes destroying items that you have paid for and are waiting to ship to you. All of our items, all non-PlayStation items, are fine and not affected by Sony's decision. We worked with Sony for more than 10 years to bring you some of the best video game collectibles. I've been trying hard to get them to change their mind. They know you've paid your hard-earned money for the items that are ready to ship, that are in production, but unfortunately, after doing all we can, they have told us not to ship your orders. Our business priority remains unchanged. That's a direct quote from Sony. Yes, this is PlayStation's decision, not ours. We want to ship all these statues, essentially what they're saying, but PlayStation won't allow it. Yes, Sony has already received royalty payments from you on your orders that Sony PlayStation now wants us to destroy and not ship to you. We sincerely apologize. If you find yourself in this completely avoidable situation, we sincerely apologize if you find yourself in this completely avoidable situation, but please contact Judy Ward, the commercial partnerships at Sony Interactive Entertainment, about your now canceled order payments, refunds, etc., and what they will do for you. This is the team at Sony that requires the destruction you've ordered, paid for, and on which Sony has already received royalties. This doesn't make sense to me. If Sony, why would Sony first off, there's two sides to this. Obviously, there's two sides to it. Why the hell would Sony tell them to destroy this stuff after receiving royalty payments and to not ship them? Is there something in the contract that says that they could just cut this, off at a moment's notice? Is that something that's allowable? And I don't know what their contract says, right? But this company here, this Gaming Heads, they're just licensed, stuff from Sony. The people who should owe refunds is this company, in my opinion, Gaming Heads. Just because Sony told them to dismantle, destroy, don't ship, even though they've received royalty payments on certain things, it's this company you gave money to if you bought from them. You didn't give money to Sony. Sony didn't collect the payments from you. This Gaming Heads company did. That's where I'm confused. Why would they tell you, hey, contact Sony, about refunds and whatnot? That doesn't make sense. You own it. You pay it. You fight Sony legally to get the money back that you paid them the royalties for. When I see a statement like this from a company, it just comes off really unprofessional. Why put it on the customers to deal with your backroom shenanigans, the stuff that you should deal with? You should keep behind closed doors. I get it. You're mad. You want to put out a statement. But to tell customers that gave you money to contact Sony, you deal with that on your own type of thing. I started wondering, so I had to dig around. I was like, why, if this is all true, why is Sony distancing themselves from them? And I saw some comments saying how they just never ship stuff. And going to Trustpilot and looking at the reviews, there's a lot of people warning you to stay away from them, that they're grifters, that they take your money, they never deliver, that the products, when they do finally deliver, they're not very good quality, they're misrepresented. Tons of stuff like that, tons of negative reviews. If Sony didn't want to deal with them, fine. But whatever your business is with Sony, that's behind closed doors. Let the lawyers deal with that. You can't, you put that kind of stuff out there to the public in a statement to contact Sony and all this other stuff. It just makes other companies, in my opinion, look at you yeah, we're not going to work with those people again, because there could be a misunderstanding in the future, and they're going to put us on blast and give out our emails and say, deal with them, not, deal with us instead of them type of thing. It just seems weird. But there you go. My little rant and ramble for the day. Let me know what you guys think. Throw your comments down below. It's just a discussion today. Thanks for watching. Bye.